What's up, guys? It's your boy Darnell, aka Miss D. That's what they call me in the street sometimes. Sometimes they call me bitch, sometimes they call me slut, sometimes they call me it. And this is my story. Bronx Bunny, bitch. I'll find straight wherever. Dear Craigslist, come back to us, please. I wasn't born in Jamaica. My father is Jamaican. I am, me and my best friend was just talking about it, I'm a Jamaican because I grew up in a very heavy Hasidic Jewish community in Midwood, Brooklyn. I don't think you come out until you come out to your parents, right? I think my coming out experience actually was, I had lived in Baltimore. That's my second home. And it was me, my mother, my sisters, my little sister's father, my cousin and I met a Bronx family in New York and in Baltimore, and we became family. We're New Yorkers. My Uncle Willie's son, we had went and took liquor out the liquor store. And we took Manischewitz and Jack Daniels. I never forget it. Peach Manischewitz and Jack Daniels. And I was drinking it. And then for some apparent reason, we were like all roasted that day. We were all drunk. And I sat in the front of our complex, in the front of our townhome in Baltimore. And I told my mother, I was like, you know, I think like it's time to tell you, like, I like boys, I like girls. I kind of like, I'm nasty. I'm a freaky nasty bitch. And she was just more or less like, I just don't want anybody to hurt you. I think that's all, every parent knows, you know. Some parents act on it in a negative way. Some parents act on it in a positive way. Sexuality-wise, I never really felt like I had to be like confined to anything, you know? It was just like, I like dick, sis. Dick is where I'm going to be. Actually, you know, me ending up with this campaign and around the city and stuff like that, it's just all God. It's just, you know, what God had planned out for me. Honestly, I don't know. I still don't know to this day. I think about it, and I'm here for the ride, you know? So I'm just going along with it and things like that. But it's something that I wanted from as a child. It's something that I've been working on. So I want to say it's all God. I'm a comedian, an actress, a singer, a porn star, a prostitute, a plus size model. Something like a modern day Anna Nicole Smith, you know. My first talent though, I want to say I have to, you know, you have to be careful what you say. Because, you know, the universe is always listening. So I always give respect. My first talent was singing though. I can sing too. She can sing very well. She can blow. I'm not blowing for you. Don't you start. When I first knew that I was a singer, I was actually in the car in DC with my aunt that people would listen to. No funny shit was Superwoman by Cameron White. And I was like 5 years old singing Superwoman word for word every note. And my sister's aunt, which is my auntie Sharon, was like, go ahead on, Darnell. But I've always been a funny kid. I've always been a funny, vulgar, cursing kid. I've been cursing since I was like 3 years old. Out of my mother's pussy, I've been cursing. I mean, I think the art of a good one-liner is just saying what's on the top of your mind. You can't think about it. It's not something you think about. It's not something you plan, you know? It's something that you just have to, it goes with the flow. You know, it goes with the energy of the room. It goes how you feel that day. You know, that's what most one-liners do. They just say what's on the top of their mind. Vogue and Tim Brown and trade like dick in the ass. And the nigga asked me, he borrowed my anal beads. And he was a trade. I learned from some of the greats. Joan Rivers is my favorite. God rest her soul, Joan Rivers. You know, the Bernie Macs, Eddie Murphys, you know, all the funny people. I was at a party, I believe, me and my co-host, we were at a party, and my co-host actually knew Esam. And I'm not sure how he knew. I guess he knew Esam from the scene because, you know, Esam is very popular. Who is this beautiful, light-skinned, green-eyed man standing in the middle of this party? And he said to me, he was like, you know what? One day me and you are going to work together. We're going to do something together. And he made it happen. He hit me up and he was like, I finally found out how we're gonna work together. You know, I'm doing a web series called Gay Code. It's the answer to Guy and Girl Code. And I would love for you to come on there and talk some shit. And I said, well, what are we talking shit about? And he said, you know, I was like, what? Like giving like fucking shard and prairie dogging and shitting on dicks and stuff? I'm down. I mean, you know, it's very hard being in this industry and just being pure and natural in what you do. I feel like when you're a person that's like loud, you know, say what's ever on your mind and vulgar, people take that as, oh my God, you know, like what's gonna happen, what's he's gonna say, I can't take him around everybody and so forth and so on, and acting like you're forcing that. You get what I'm saying to you? But that's me naturally. You get what I'm saying to you? I feel that people sometimes, they're putting that on. This is naturally me from the day that I was born. I want you to take this. You know, sometimes in our own community, we're too much for our own community. Our own community is not backing. You know, they only want to back what's the norm, or the thug life, or the gangsters, or the twerking bitches, and all that kind of stuff. But I noticed that if you're plus size, you're voluptuous, you're 3X, and you have confidence, and you're proud, and you don't care about your rolls and your body, and you could do a flip and whatever, you're shunned. You know? Because they always want to tell you, oh, that's not how you're supposed to do that. You too big to be doing that. Something I heard my whole life. You too big to be doing that. You too big to be doing that. You get what I'm saying to you? Now I want to hear, you're too big to be doing that in a different way. If I could go back in time and give myself one piece of advice, I would say earlier is better. When they say the term, the early bird gets the worm, it's very true to what you want to do in your life, no matter what it is you want to do in life. I say that to say this, and this is my message to parents too who have kids like me, kids who act like me, kids who are gay. You might think they're gay, you know, whatever. Talented singers, you know, songwriters, whatever you might have, your child. If you get a hold of that early, your child will become who they want early. They won't have to get it from other people. They won't have to learn it through other people. You know, it starts with, the name is Darnell Thomas, bitch, aka Miss D, and that's my motherfucking story. Yeah.